So, is winter over yet? It's going to rain soon, and it's going to warm up. Those are the screaming headlines as we kick things off this morning. What a cold wave we had, over 30 hours consecutively below freezing at Montgomery Regional Airport. That's the longest in a while. I'm going to do a little research on that later today and have a breakout of that later on this afternoon about just how cold this cold wave was. We had snow and ice. Snow fell as far south as the northern, actually the central section of Florida with this one. They had a little Gulf effect snow of places like Tampa, Florida. How about that? So the question that may now be on your mind is, of course, is winter over? And of course, I think if you've lived here any amount of time, you probably know the answer to that is probably not. But let's dive into it. This is the morning run of the GFS. This is the main long-range American computer model. I'll show you both. So the GFS, this is valid at 6 o'clock this evening. You've got an area of low pressure getting going over Amarillo, and big Arctic high up here to the north, but it's actually retreating. See how the way this blue H moves away from us? So this is Tuesday morning. That surface low is now moved closer to the Missouri Boot Hill, and you've got some showers down here into parts of the southeast. Now for us, I suspect that the daylight hours Tuesday are going to be dry, but then Tuesday night, a little batch of rain moves across the state. This is a Goldilocks setup. It is too cold for this to be severe weather. It is too warm for this to be wintry weather. It's just right. It's just a little rain. And this will happen Tuesday night while most of you are sleeping. A few showers linger into sunrise Wednesday. It could be a wet drive to work Wednesday morning. We will get warmer over those few days between now and the rain. Check this out. This is the European ensemble. And you see what I see here. This is, we are in the 50s for afternoon highs on this Monday, 60s perhaps on Tuesday. Then Wednesday night, Thursday night, it gets a little colder again. This will be a lot more kind of your typical garden variety cold, though. I'm talking afternoon highs in the 40s and 50s, overnight lows in the 20s and 30s. Again, nothing unusual. So forward we go here. The rain ends. That surface low kind of redevelops off the east coast a little, pulls a little colder air in, as I mentioned there at the end of the work week. So Thursday night, and Friday. This surface low likely stays out to sea. And you'll notice there's really good cold air advection up here over the northern Great Lakes, but we get a little more ridging building in. What does that mean? It means you're going to get a little warmer. This is now Friday night, Saturday morning. A little clipper system could bring some snow to parts of the central Appalachians, but other than that, most of the United States is very quiet at the end of the work week. Then the weekend ahead, finally a nice weekend. Finally a weekend I might get off from work. That'll be nice. It's a calm weather weekend for you. Highs on Saturday and Sunday are warmer. The raw Euro ensemble data suggesting 50s and 60s both afternoons, lows in the 30s. It's actually pretty close to normal for this time of year. The only part of the country that stays really cold is the Great Lakes and New England. The way this pattern's set up, you've got a long wave trough over the Northeast and the Great Lakes. That means more cold air. Then the GFS hints at another storm system out here towards next Monday, a week from today, around February the 9th. I think that one, if it forms, would be similar to this next one in that it's probably too cold for any severe weather concerns and too warm for any wintry weather concerns. So all things considered, I think that one's probably pretty low key. All right, let's go out into the long range of all of this. So that little Monday, Tuesday system next week jumps on through. Then you get a big storm system that rolls through the Great Lakes, trailing cold front. That one out towards February the 12th could potentially be kind of a warmer, stormier setup. We'll see. Then way out here, the modeling does kind of hint at a return to a colder pattern out at the middle of the month. And you know the deal with these kind of long-range forecasts, they're usually not very good. So what I would tell you is winter's not over, but there is some of the ensemble data, stuff like that. I'll pop it up on the screen here. It's sort of suggestive of a change back to some colder weather after the middle of February. And the reason I honestly sort of buy that is because we like to use analogs, right? When the global weather pattern was like this before, what happened? And the analog that shows up for this year has been the winter of 2014 and 15. we had a big late January deep south winter weather event at the end of January in 2014. That one made it all the way down. That was a big Alabama problem. And my suspicion is that then we had a break, and then it turned cold, and we actually had another winter storm somewhere in the deep south. That one was more North Alabama at the kind of middle of February. Look, and history never repeats itself when it comes to weather, but it does often rhyme with itself. So my suspicion is this: I think temperatures are near normal through the weekend. Then I think we will warm up most of next week. I'm talking the week of Monday, February 9th out through the 16th. It's probably warmer. And then I think winter strikes back sometime after February the 15th or 16th, out towards the second half of February. That's when I think we'll see a return to some colder temperatures and some more wintry weather. Now, understand there will be these transient shots of colder weather. You'll actually have one of them this Thursday, this Friday, right? Highs in the 40s, lows in the 20s. Cold, yes, but not pipe bursting cold. I have happy news to report there. I think you're done dripping the faucet for at least the next 10 days, right? It's not cold enough for long enough to burst pipes anytime soon. All right, so that's the update. I'll wind this thing down. If you'll have to comment on the Facebook live stream, I'll just type you a response on that. Yeah, we'll have more updates throughout the day here on my Facebook page, Josh Johnson WSFA, on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram at Josh Johnson Weather. And of course on TV, WSFA 12 News, tonight at 5, 6, and 10. I'll be in tonight to break all this craziness down for you. So I hope you all have a wonderful day. Take care. We'll see you next time.